Hey, what's up, guys? BJ Dell back in Ohio from LA Comic-Con. If you guys are new to the channel or you haven't tuned in the past few videos, I actually illustrated a card game for a company called Unicorns and Zombies over the past few years, and they had their official commercial retail launch at LA Comic-Con this year. They flew me out to California last weekend, and this video is kind of the behind the scenes of LA Comic-Con 2019. I'm going to show you some stuff on the convention floor as well as a demo of the game, and make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because Unicorns and Zombies gave me an official con pack to give one lucky viewer, so you get the game and a bunch of extras, and I'm going to tell you how you can win that at the end of the video, so keep watching. Hey, what's up, guys? BJ Dell at LA Comic-Con 2019. Let's go inside and check it out. Woo!
Thank you, sir. Run. Run.
Yeah, chat. Chat? Oh, chat.
Chat matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened? What did you think it was?
Oh, no, I thought you were pretty cool.
Oh, no. Awesome. You want a fan? It's of this guy, though.
Alright.
Now it's time to get to the best damn game in the world. You're supposed to be pretty good at this.
I'm the best.
I hope so.
All right, first off, what's your name?
Mac.
Mac. We got Mac. We got Game Master Chuck. So, game is Unicorns and Zombies. It's a simple game of just who has the highest number. So if we went and said this was the match right here, you have a 12, I have a 5, game would be over, and that would be it. But the game's not that simple. So we're going to use an assortment of different weapons and gear cards and action cards to help kind of turn the battle in our favor. And it can be anything from things that are going to be like swapping cards with other players, or losing strength, or gaining strength, or stealing cards and things like that. And then once all the dust is settled at that point, then we'll see who has the highest number, and then that way you'll win. You'll take either a trophy as a point, first to 7 wins. Does that make sense? For con rules, we're only going to play to 3. If you can beat me, you're going to get a poster. Yeah. Ralph, you ready? All right, let's go. Do you want to be Team Unicorn or Team Zombies?
I'll be Unicorn.
All right, Unicorns it is. So take your deck right there. We're just going to mix it up just to make it even. So, you know, I didn't like plant any cards in there. I didn't like say, this card's going to be on top so you lose. You know, you can mix them up, you can cut my deck, you can do whatever you want. The only other rule of the game is you can have no more than 3 cards in your hand at any time. And if you ever get an action card, anything with this symbol, it has to be played the round that it was pulled. We're going to play all our cards face down. Okay? And if you ever get one with a lightning bolt, let me know, because you're going to have to play that immediately, and we have to stop and do whatever the card says. So just flip over your top card, and then we start playing. So you're gonna see that I got this guy Gambling Gary. He's got 2 X's in his strength. Each X determines how many die I roll to see what his strength is, plus 1. So I just roll that.
Thank you.
So he's an 8 based off of that. And then we use these D20 to determine how much strength that is when we don't have a specific number on it. So I'm just gonna put that 8 on him. So it's 8 versus 5 right now. Since we don't know who lost the last round, we go with the lowest number first. So you go ahead and start drawing your cards, and you're going to start setting up your unicorn for success before I do. Choose 3 from any deck. You can go 1, 2, 3. You can 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to do. and you just hold them in your hand. You just want 3 cards in your hand. And the first thing you're going to look for is if you have any cards with this symbol, you have to play it face down right now. If you don't, you can play as many or as few weapon or gear cards that you think are going to help you beat Gary. But I'm also going to be doing the same thing to either prevent that or make sure that you lose even more strength so I stay strong. So you just play them face down and let's see what we get. And then if you're going to hold on to a card, I just kind of tuck it under the mat so you know that you're not playing anymore. Because we can't play that card this round anymore. So you have the lower number, so you're going to go ahead and start showing me how strong your unicorn is against Gary.
So I flip these cards over?
Yeah, you start flipping them over and tell me what they do.
So I got the Fancy Owl.
Okay, what does he do?
It decreases any opponent's strength by 2 and take away one of their weapon or gear cards for yourself. Fancy Owl returns to the Enchanted Forest after the round.
Perfect. So I got to go down to 6, and you get to steal one of these cards. It's your choice. All right, and you get to use that card this turn.
Okay.
Right?
Can of Gas. Destroy any gear card in play. If there are no gear cards, decrease all fighters' strength by 1.
So this is not a gear card. Is that a gear card? So if you destroy it, you don't lose 1. Well, actually, you have to because it's a can of gas. So you got to throw that into the discard pile, and then we don't lose any health. But now I have mine, which is a diamond unicorn horn, which decreases your strength by 3. If you were a zombie, you would decrease by 4. So what does that bring you down to?
That brings me down to 2.
Now that we have no more cards to play, that's when the round is over and we go, who has the highest number at that point? And at this time, I would have the highest number, and I'm going to take that unicorn as my first point. So that would be the first round. So then we settle everything, which means any cards that we played for the round go to the discard. So take those 2 cards and throw them in discard. Remove any of the buffs from your fighter, except Gary was at an 8 when I rolled him, so he stays an 8. He doesn't gain any strength, he doesn't lose it. He just goes back to 8. And then we draw back up to 3 cards, so we always have 3 cards in our hand, so you had one from the previous round, so draw 2 cards. And I'm gonna draw 2 cards. I'm not gonna draw 2 cards very fast. So I already got one of those action cards with the lightning bolt, which means I have to immediately do it. And it tells me to discard and redraw one of your weapon or gear cards. So I only had 1 in my hand, so I have to get rid of it and redraw that. And the 3rd card that I was pulling. So I'm only going to have 2 cards this round. So I'm at a disadvantage.
Yeah, you want me to put all the stuff on?
You're going to flip over the next fighter. Yep. So I gotta play all my cards on this one because I was already down a card and you got a pretty strong card. So now you're gearing up your unicorn to either to stay strong or make me weaker, basically. Not knowing what I have on my side. Or you can choose not to play anything. The only thing you have to play are these.
Okay. Am I allowed to play all 3 of these?
You play all 3.
Sweet. No, I really like this one. So my good friends of mine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play all 3.
Oh man, he's going for an overkill. Alright, so you lost the last round. So after, we would go in turn order. So it would be your action cards first, then mine, but you don't have any action cards. So I play my action card first, which is camouflage. So I get to steal one of your weapon and gear cards and play it this turn. So I think I'm going to take this one, which is the double rainbow, which allows me to take one of your weapon and gear cards for this turn as well. This one, which is the baseball. So you're going to decrease your strength by 1 down to 8. And I'm a zombie, so I actually gain 3 strength because I'm using the baseball bat. Now we go into the other turn order. So you actually get to show your last weapon card first. It's duct tape. So read what that says.
Put a gear card from the discard pile into play.
So you get to go through that whole discard pile and pick the best gear card that's going to help you turn this around. But I remember I still have one more card that I haven't shown yet. And it's got to be a card with this symbol on it. And remember, you can still pull cards from there that either pull these back to you, and if you were to successfully take back a card that I took, it would negate the effect that I had against you with it. You would gain that effect back. So what's that card?
So it is the Wooden Sparkle Shield,
Perfect.
and it
So
blocks
you'll-
up to 2 damage.
Perfect. So right now, that'll help you block up to 10, but I'm still at an 11. And I'm decreasing your strength by 1. So you go down to 7. But you can block 2 damage, so I would only be hitting you 9, but that's still enough to kill you at a 7. So I take the Inferno Coin as well for this round because we don't have any more cards to play. And that would be a second point for me. Cool? Alright, let's clear the board again, and you're going to pull another fighter. I'm hoping that you grab like a level 12 or something. Gary goes back to 8 because that was his original number. He doesn't keep all that cool buffness. And then let's see your next fighter. Alright, don't fret. Let the cards do the work. We both have 0 cards in our hands, so go ahead and you're going to draw first. The 3 cards that you feel are going to help you win. You just have those in your hand.
Excuse me.
And then I'll draw my 3 cards.
Alright, so we're just going to do 50?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all the stuff that you got.
And I'm going to go all in. We'll play all my cards. Yeah, you play it face down. Face down. You got it. Is that the only card you're going to play? I'm playing all my cards on the table. I'm playing every single card that I have. And you're down 4 to... Okay. So now we go turn order, so you're first. So you're going to do your action card first. What does that say?
Draw an extra card and put it into play.
Alright, so you get to draw an extra card. And then put it into play.
Go back to Ohio.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Put a weapon card from the discard pile into play.
Okay. So anything with the weapon symbol. No, you get to play it right now. So just play it face up. So you get to pull any card that has that for your benefit. It's 4 to 8 right now.
So it's in that one?
Anything with that symbol, yeah.
Okay. I'll play. So I get to play
Yeah,
this
you
up.
get to play it right now.
Okay.
And then tell me what that one does.
Mystical Double Rainbow. Take any weapon or gear card in play and use it.
So you get to pull one of my cards and then use that.
And then binoculars. Look at the top 3 cards of any draw pile.
So you get to either 1, 2, or 3. You just look at the top 3 cards and put it back in the same order. That just lets you know what's coming. Don't show me, just it's for you to know. Nope, just from the same one. So if you looked at that one, you gotta look at the 2 underneath it.
Okay.
It's just from one draw pile. So you look at all 3 of the cards on top.
Yeah, and they've got a ton of all the cards. And then also, if they really like it, they throw on the
Was that 2 or all 3?
That is all.
You get to look at 3 of them.
Yeah, I looked at all 3.
Okay. Alright, so you know what's coming. Alright, so I gotta play my action. Because that was all from this one action you did. You did all that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. We all lose 1 strength. So you're down to 3. So find 3 on that D20 and put 3 over there. And I'm going down to 7. And now we go back to you for your weapon card. So we get to see what those 2 cards are.
Kind of down. So I get to flip this one over.
Yeah, you just, well, let's resolve that one. What does it do?
It destroys any gear card in play. If there are no gear cards, decrease all fighters' strength by 1.
So you can ask me if this is a gear card, and if it is, I have to tell you the truth.
Is it a gear card?
It is not a gear card.
Okay.
So now what you do is, if we don't want to lose 1 strength again, you have to destroy one of your gear cards. Now this is the thing. You already used this one,
so
you can destroy
I
it.
can destroy. Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm just gonna destroy that one.
So it doesn't do anything to you, and then you have 1 more card.
So I get to put it in play now.
Yep, you play that one too.
Decrease any opponent's strength by 3. Destroy their gear.
So that takes me down to 4. And this is not a gear card. It is a weapon card. So that goes to my weapon card, which is a unicorn shoe, and it decreases your strength by 1. If I was a unicorn, I would go up even more. So that takes you down to 2. And then I will win this round as well. But there's the thing. Even though we played to 3, you can see how crazy this game gets really fast, right? And once you start learning like what's in there and you're going, sometimes you can pull a card that doesn't do much. Sometimes you can pull a card that has you switch fighters literally in the middle of the battle. So if you would have pulled one of these on me, that would have been definitely like, okay, I would have lost that. But I'll tell you what, you talk to the guy behind the camera right here, and he's gonna give you a poster for playing today anyway. Cool? GG's.
Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did attending the con. And now is your chance to win a copy of the game, the battle mat, and the Not Safe for Work pack. All you have to do is hop on over to Instagram and follow the official Unicorns and Zombies page. It's Unicorns, the letter N, Zombies. And you'll see my post. It's going to have my logo on it. Make sure you comment under that post and just type in YouTube. That's all you have to do. That's how you get entered. Follow Unicorns and Zombies. Comment YouTube on my post on Unicorns and Zombies. I'm going to have them put it up. So it will be live when you watch this video. That's all you have to do. Only 2 conditions. Only open to U.S. residents that are 18 and older. That's it. Just because outside of the U.S. there's tariffs and taxes and import fees and all that stuff that we don't want to have to mess with. And 18 and older because you got the Not Safe for Work pack and it's not for children. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. And as always, keep creating.